What up, Lemol gang? It's your girl, Lemol, from ADHD Aquatics. We out here in the carport today. I'm cutting this wood to be, where's my template? This is my little piece of wood. It fits under the bottom shelf of the fish racks. And that's gonna support the weight. I'm out here with my tomato plants. I'm gonna be eating these while I'm out here working. It's a little cold right now, so these are probably gonna hurt my teeth. That's good. But check it out. Got my little safety glasses on. I woke up with a horrible migraine today because of my COVID vaccine, I think. Don't mind all the fish tanks everywhere. So don't mind this mess. This is actually gonna be a really cool fish room soon. I'm gonna have to probably drain the water level in this. They probably need a water change anyway. And then the little pieces of wood are gonna go under this and support the weight. And then these are my little 2x4s that go like this way, cross member guys. And then I got this pieces of wood, boop. But if you notice, they don't touch. They're all a little different, so I'm gonna have to shim them. So I got other pieces of wood to wedge in there so we could get a nice friction fit. But I figured I'd check in and show you guys, like, it's early morning on the day of our Lord, and I'm out here cutting some wood just like Jesus of Nazareth would do. I don't know. I'm not a religious person. I thought Jesus was a carpenter, so it's Sunday. You're not supposed to work on Sunday if you're a good Christian guy, but 150 gallon Brussels nose Pleco. Oh, let me turn this flash off. Let me turn this light off. Brussels nose Plecos out and about. I got 2 mollies in here, and 2 male mollies and a female. I gotta pull her out, but this guy is so flavorful. Check him out. Oh, I think he's kind of bullying that other one, but I think I'm going to grab him today and put him in that 40 breeder. Or I might grab all the mollies and put them in here. I don't know, because I want to try and kind of keep them separated by color. Like, put the orange ones with the orange ones and the silver ones with the silver ones. But they're, like, definitely bullying her. So I gotta separate them. Anyways, I got my very first Killifishes. These are golden somethings. Dan said they're like the common ones, like, I don't know, they're doing pretty good. They hang out near the top. I got 4 of them in here. I see 3 right now. You guys might have seen the 4th one. I'm not really paying attention, but here goes that boy, wild caught Betta embellished from Placat Bettas on eBay. He's a really nice guy, by the way, or I think he's a guy. Did he just turn more red, or did the light just hit him different? He's a really nice seller, and he has a bunch of wild caught Bettas, or at least they're F1 generation. He catches them in the wild and then breeds them out. I like killifish because their mouths are so wide. They look kind of goofy. But anyway, yeah, so the tank is filthy. I plan on moving it, maybe. Here goes an auto sinkless. Yeah, the Placat Bettas are pretty, or yeah, that's his name. He's really nice. And this is a beautiful specimen. He doesn't have a name yet. He's got his fins clamped. I think that's normal for the wild ones. They don't normally swim around with their fins open. Here goes the common Trinidad Pleco right here. He's just hanging out. It's weird to see both of them out right now with the lights on. If you've been following along, you may remember a video of the 150 gallon where it was like covered in hair algae. Do you guys want to know what I did to get it to recede like this? And I'll tell you one thing, I didn't go in here and pick it. And if you look back at some of the other videos, you'll see that there was like hair algae all on all of this, plants and stuff. Like this plant here was dying basically. Look at my Nubius plant. going off, bro, with that new growth. Heck yes. I pulled that plant out of the 75 upstairs. This plant, okay, so it's hard to see right there, but you see this plant here, it's like 3 leaves and like a long stem. God, it's so hard to see. Oh, it's just because I'm wearing these yellow glasses. I'm like, why is everything so dark? Okay, so it's gonna be so hard to see because the glass is filthy, but there's like this new growth coming off of these plants. You can kind of see it. So let me put down my little slamato. Where's my little finger at? Okay. See this leaf and this leaf? There's like a little stem coming right here and has little tiny leaves on it. It's new underwater growth. I bought these at Pleco and they were advertised as aquatic plants. Oh look, that one's doing it. Should I turn my flash on? Oh god, this glass is filthy. Can you see, whoops, how there's like a new growth shoot coming off? So it's really weird that, like, obviously these were grown immersed, which if you don't know, it means it was grown out of water. Even though they're aquatic plants, they grow better out of water. And they're also less likely to have like snails and stuff. But you can kind of see it here. Whoops. There's like a little stem going that way. I don't know what type of plant it is, but I think it's pretty neat that it's growing these new underwater leaves, these new aquatic leaves off of like the center of its leaf. So I'm excited to see what it does. Oh look, you can see it's doing it right there too. Can't zoom in or out while super steady is on. Well, that's garbage. I was trying to zoom in on it, but right there. Anyway, oh, like I was saying, here's my cryptocorn. I forgot I planted them, right? And then like one day they just started like growing up out of the gravel, and I was like, oh snap, I remember cryptocorn is here. But I want to redo all this. I noticed that the fish really liked when this tank was full. There he goes. When this tank was full, I noticed that the fish really like going in and out of these rocks. Like LRB says on LRB Aquatics that fish and shrimp and stuff really like rock piles. But I feel like these lava rocks are like too rough. I kind of don't like the look of all this red in here. Like, I thought it would be neat, and my husband really likes red, so I was like, yeah, I'll do this for him, and red will look neat. But now I kind of don't like this much red. So I'm thinking about taking some of this red out and putting like some natural on top. What is that? Is that a dead fish? Oh no, that's just a seashell. I always think that that's a dead fish. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work to like take all this red gravel out, but also the tank would be way too heavy if I just put natural on top. So I'm just gonna scoop like a little bit out and scoop some of the red stuff like away from the glass and fill it and like sprinkle it with more like neutral color. Anyway, let me show you guys what I did to get rid of the algae. So we'll just walk over. The basement is a mess right now because, you know, I'm in the middle of building a fish room. But here's my new sump for my 150 gallon and all my bulkheads. I messed up on this one. Let me show you. Where did I mess up? There's like a huge gap on one of these corners. I think it's right here. Yeah, so look. This. My fingernail fits in that gap. It might be hard to see. But I think I had this on the floor upstairs, and I don't think the floor was level because the bottom piece of acrylic was bowed. And when I lined it up, can you see I'm just off by like 1/8 of an inch basically? Yeah, well, that 1/8 of an inch is showing down here, I'll tell you what. So I've been debating on just fixing it with weld-on 16, which would require me to wait till Monday for Professional Plastics to open, or ordering it online and waiting, or I could just silicone it today. But even if I silicone it today, it's not like I'm gonna be like using the sump tomorrow. Here's Spike. Everyone say, good morning, Spike. How are you, buddy? He's okay. He's looking at me with his good eye. He's been following along. You know, he's missing this eye, his left eye. I don't know what's up with his focus. Anyway, what I did to get rid of that hair algae was this. I just used my little measurer cup right here and followed the instructions on all of these. Trace, equilibrium, advanced, nitrogen, and Excel. It said like do X amount of milliliters or whatever for whatever amount of gallons, and I just guesstimated, I eyeballed it. Basically, this whole cup was full of all those, and I just dumped it in. And then over the next couple days, the algae was gone. So I don't know if it was like, I just needed to fertilize, and then the plants would get better, and then, you know, like the algae can't go because the plants are doing good, or if something inside the fertilizer killed the algae. But that's what I did. It's a pretty expensive regimen to follow, so you might not be able to get like me because I'm ridiculous and I've gone broke trying to fund this fish room. So most people say XL kills hair algae, so just go with XL maybe. I'm not a hair algae scientist, but I had a huge hair algae outbreak and I feel like I solved it or found a solution. I don't know if I just need to fertilize more or what, but this tank is looking a little empty. I might move some fish down here today. Is he gonna mate with her? She's really pretty. She's like kind of like cellophane with like orange spots. There's a couple cherry barbs still left in here. I couldn't catch them. They hide behind the background. So if you can see, you might have just seen the shrimp come out of the background. But the background is egg crate. And they're like, what do you want to call those? 1/2-inch little square holes. They can walk in and out of that. And there's like 2 inches of free space behind the background. Which is good because some fish like to hide. Like my betta fish. Yeah, sorry if the dirty glass is like a pet peeve, but I just want to give you guys an update and show you what we're out here doing today. And my goal is to get all of those shelves in the fish room full of fish tanks today. All of these shelves will have fish tanks on them by the end of the day. And in order for that to happen, I need the wood supports to be installed. I need all the tanks to be drilled and have bulkheads. Half of my tanks are already drilled with 3/4 bulkhead size holes. I need to drill them with 1-inch size bulkhead holes, which is 1 3/4 diamond hole saw, if you don't know. But some of my tanks, I used a 2-inch hole saw, and it worked. I had like an 1/8 inch like lat overlap. That's my goal today, so I'm gonna get back at it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, well, they fit under pretty snug. Pretty snug. That one's a little loose. And snug. Hey you guys, it's me again, Lemol. I want to take a second to show you guys, like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be good at everything, okay? You just gotta get it done, which is something I struggle with a lot with ADHD brain. And I got like that executive dysfunction where it's like if something is it seems too challenging or like it'll be too hard for me to get perfect or get correct, then I'll just avoid it for forever. And that avoidance of that task, whatever it may be, like finishing the quilt that has been on my quilting table for like 1.5 years that I promised my friend, but I wasn't happy with some of the ways I did it, like how it looks, so I didn't finish it, but it would only take me like an hour to finish it. Anyway, I'm trying to learn how to realize that done and finished and functional is better than perfect. So I'm going to show you how I'm painting these wooden support pieces, and if you're like a professional painter guy or something, you're probably going to cringe because I'm not using like professional equipment or techniques or anything. I'm just getting it painted, okay? It just needs to be waterproof, and I like it black. Those are the only rules. It needs to be waterproof and black, so who cares how you do it? So I'm just going to show you my technique, and hopefully this helps you get over any type of hurdles that you might have, like, oh, I can't do that, mine, you know, my fish room wouldn't be cool, like I wouldn't be able to do it like that, mine's not going to look nice like that, whatever. Just get it done. Like, literally, just get it done. Like, it just needs to be waterproof. I'm going to do 2 coats because this paint will probably soak into this dry wood, and there'll probably be like some holes and stuff. But like, even if you don't have a brush, right? Like, say you don't have a paintbrush, right? Say you're poor. Well, not poor, but maybe you forgot your paintbrush. Put on some gloves. Say you don't have gloves. Use your hand. Use a rag. I've used rags to paint before because it was the middle of the night and I wanted to paint something, but all my paintbrushes were ruined because I forgot to rinse them out because I have ADHD and I don't know how to put my tools away after a job, and I just leave them all over the place and they get ruined. Like, I left my DeWalt wood clamps out in the rain and they got rusty. And my snap-on wrenches and everything. Boom, there you go. It's painted, right? Does it need to look pretty? No. Most of this is going to go under the shelf. You're not going to see it. You're going to see this end, which everyone knows it's a raw piece of wood that I painted. You're not making this look good unless you are sanding it and sanding it and sanding it and making it super smooth like a piece of glass. This doesn't need to look good. It needs to work. It needs to support the weight of the fish racks. It needs to be waterproof, and I like it black. That's it. Done. It's done. And then in an hour, when that's dry to the touch, I'll come out here and slap another coat on. And I'm literally just going to go rinse this brush in the sink. Or sometimes I just wrap a plastic bag around it if I'm not done painting, so that it'll just stay wet. I'll wrap a plastic bag around it, and then I'll come back in an hour and finish painting it. But I wanted to take a moment and show you guys, like, you don't need to be the best at something. If you have a goal, just do it. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours researching how to do something because you want to get it done right. If you kind of have an idea of a way that might work, just go for it. Just get it done. Don't let your perfectionism stop you. It's very hard. It's very hard for me to deal with. But the thing is, once the fish room is built and all the fish are in the tanks, I'm not going to care how I painted that wood. Whatever. I'm not perfect. And it's a fallacy to pretend like I am. But I wanted to show you guys that. This is like a real fish channel, like, hold on, let me see. Like, we don't have to pretend to be perfect. I'll show you my tank if it has algae in it. You know? I just want to show, like, regular average people, like, you can get this done. If you want fish, you can have fish. You can have a bunch of fish. You can have, like, a bunch of tanks. You can do it any way you want. You can have fish tanks all over the place. You might have to wait a long time and save up a lot of money to buy all this equipment, because this stuff is expensive. But you can do it. One step, each step is not expensive. Like, the wood I had was scrap, but if you bought that plank, what would it be, like 15 bucks for the plank, 50 bucks for that Ryobi circular saw, and then 20 bucks for the can of paint. And like we said, you don't even need a paintbrush, just do it with your hands, but the paintbrush was like 12. So just making the bottom support of the wooden shelf, that alone isn't expensive. It's all together is where it gets expensive. So if you have to do one step at a time, and a lot of this stuff, like, once you buy it, you can reuse it. So like, once you buy that Ryobi circular saw, like, you could use it all the time for anything. So a lot of this stuff is valuable. And a lot of the stuff you can just use whatever you have laying around. But if you have to wait a long time to save up money to get it done, just get it done. And there's ways to do stuff cheaply and easy and fast. And don't put so much pressure on yourself for being perfect, you guys. It's not about perfect. It's your fish room. It can be whatever you want it to be. But I'm going to show you how I want mine to be. I'm going to show you what I like. And hopefully you like it too. And you could get like me. Okay, bye you guys. Hey you guys. Here with another update again. I am moving fishies. This is guppies. I think they're sunset guppies. I don't know. They have like an orange tail and silver bodies. They're pretty cute. There's also a Corridora, a peppered Corridora. So far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 tanks done. This is my next tank. There's a little Betta fish. And there's a bunch of platies and I think a couple mollies in here. This tank had a Betta fish in it. He's not doing too good. He was laying on the bottom. He was actually hiding behind the little filter and laying on the bottom. Let me show you real quick. There he is. He's just laying on the bottom. I put him in here with some levamisol. This is how he was in that tank outside, just laying down. I don't know if the guppies were bullying him or the flow was too strong, but I put him in his own tank with maybe like 4 or 5 gallons, maybe like 3 gallons of the water he was in, plus the new water. Obviously I used a dechlorinator. I put some levamisol in here. I'll give him a water change tomorrow and then treat for bacterial and fungal. So get him some good food. But he definitely looks like he's struggling. I feel bad for the little guy. I don't know what happened to him out there. This tank hasn't cleared up yet. I'm back behind the rack, so. But we got old boy. Oh, that's horrible. It's gonna be hard to see. He's doing okay. This tank is clear. He's been in here for a while. So, yeah, we're getting it done. What's wrong, Max? Max, come in here. I'm in the fish room. What's the matter, baby? The bucket that I'm doing right now is going in here, the guppies. Who did I put in here? I think I put a little betta fish in here. Just by himself, it's a 20 high. All right, so I read online, common causes of swim bladder disease in betta fish is either due to bacteria, parasites, overfeeding, or constipation or not being able to digest the food. I'm already treating him with levamisole. Also, low temperatures can do it. So I put the heater in there. I set it to 79, 81. I just fed him some of this. He ate some. I think I might go get some mosquito larvae for him. But I want to give a quick update. We got these guppies in here. Just fed them. Here's a betta fish. I think he's hanging out with the other betta fish. Oh no. There he is. It's a crown tail. And here's a betta fish. This top row is still empty. This whole shelf is empty. That whole shelf's empty. Over here we got the platies. I think maybe there's a molly or two in there, but it's supposed to be platies. And then in here is a betta fish. He's back there. So I just fed everyone a little bit so they're up near the top of the water. Water's still pretty murky. I hooked up the heater. My husband ended up being able to route some wire. Go this way. He routed it along the ducts. Hey, baby Binks. So, there it is, the yellow wire. Hey, Max. He routed it along. And then it goes up there. Hey, Cobra baby. Cobra baby, what are you doing? You're a handsome boy. Bye, Cobra baby. And it comes up here. He's taking a nap right now. So, that's the end of that for right now. Cobra baby. Hi. Oh, you're so handsome. Bye, Cobra baby. Let's sneak up on these mosquito larvae. Oh, they're not moving. There they go. There's snails in here still. Got a bloodworm. Where'd they all go? Well, let's get these snails. That's enough live food, I think. Alright, let us leave. Maybe he'll like some live food. It's really hard to see him. Well, I can see it. It's a bloodworm, but there's levamisole in the water, so he'll probably die soon. He doesn't see it yet. So I'm trying to get him to see these mosquito larvae. But you know, he's sick, so. Oh, we missed it. Hold on, bud. I'm trying to help you. Here you go, buddy. You see that one? What about this one? This one's still moving around. It's alive. Eat it. You see it? There you go. Come on. There you go, buddy. You see him? You got him. Good job. Watch out. That's very hot. You're going to burn yourself. Good job, buddy. You did it. You sure did it. And people are like, I'll just get a Betta fish. And it'll live in a flower vase on my kitchen counter. Yeah, what are you gonna do when it gets swim bladder? Are you gonna feed it wild caught mosquito larvae with a tweezer? No, you're not. Come on, bud. I know you see it. See it? Right here? See that? Come on, buddy. You gotta eat more than one little worm. Who's that? You see it? There you go. Come on. You almost had him. Try again. That's a mosquito larva for you, buddy. Oh, there you go. You found one that was alive. Oh, get him, get him. Good job. Alright. You can just lay there. I gave him a, this poor little guy. So yeah, I gave him his heater. I just fed them. Look, the sun is coming in so beautiful right now on them. That is incredible. I love that. See, I'm gonna have to start paying attention to stuff like that. Like, where's the natural sunlight coming in at? This poor little guy. Yeah, so I hit him with 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt, which in a 10-gallon, you're supposed to do 1 tablespoon per gallon, so it would be 10 tablespoons, but I just gave him just a little bit. Tomorrow I'll be doing a water change on him, and we'll see how he's doing. With some heat, some levamisol. I think I saw him eat 2 or 3 live worms. I saw him eat a couple Betta flakes, which is protein. Because he was living outside in the tank with these guys. I don't know if they were bullying him or maybe he got stuck behind the heater and was just like cooking. I don't know. But when I picked up the filter in the back, he was there laying down, and his fins are not in good condition. He looks like he's been laying down for a while, and I feel horrible for not noticing sooner. But he was in the tank with these guys, with the Corridora, peppered Corridora, and I think there's like 2 Endler males in here and guppies. So I don't know what happened to him. Maybe this just happens sometimes, I guess. I feel horrible, obviously, if it's my fault. I wish I would have noticed sooner, but you can't be perfect. This guy's like, hey, where's my mosquito larva? I'm a good Betta fish. I want mosquito larva right now. I really love how the sun is coming in like this. I'm gonna check on him throughout the day and make sure he's not wedging himself up against the heater, but I might want to bring the water level down for him so that he can get to the surface to take some breaths, because he's having problems swimming. There he goes. He's trying to do something. I think he wants to go up top, but he's having problems. He might be feeling a little bit better. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's good for him to get the exercise, but maybe I will lower the water level a little bit. please do not go. Please don't go under that heater, dude. Oh my god, you're driving me nuts with that. I'm just gonna lift it up a little bit. We'll clamp it right there. So that, because he likes to lay on the bottom right now because he's sick. So I don't want him laying on the bottom near the heater. So if I lift up the heater, that's less chances, less surface area in the tank where he's laying on the bottom that he could potentially be near the heater. So I'll just let him rest a little bit. God, these guys look beautiful in the sun. That's fantastic. At least I think so. Horrible video quality, but the water's not very clear right now, so. These are very beautiful guppies. Alright, well, I think we're gonna leave it here for the night. Me and my husband are gonna go grab a snack around town. Old boy's in this cup. He's still laying down. Poor buddy. Poor little guy. Oh, I need a paper towel. These guys have just been picking. There's a betta fish in here. He's back there. There's a betta fish in here. A 20 high. He's just hanging out. And then swordtails. High fin swordtails and swordtails. There goes a betta fish. And then, oh, give me some water. It's very bright. Can you see who's in there? It's two betta fish. They're showing off right now. But yeah, that's all the tanks I got inside. That's one of my favorites right here. He's very beautiful. Where are you going? I'm trying to tell everyone how beautiful you are. Open up your little fins. Bye. Yeah, so, whoops. That's all the tanks I got in today. My husband got done doing most of the electrical. One of the tanks I emptied out today to move inside had some guppies. I had some half black females and these Dumbo ear blue like mosaic kinds and a couple fry. So I moved them in. I serviced the filter. I scrubbed like a little bit of the diatom algae off the sides, but. And then I also treated. Actually, yeah, I treated this tank with the same thing I treated my 150 gallon with to try and help the hair algae because there's some hair algae. You might not be able to see it right there. It's all over. It's all in this Subwasser tongue. Can't say it very well yet. Max took a nap on the fish tank foam all day. Right, Max? Max, say goodnight. See, that's it for the update. Yeah. I gotta get my other koi guppies and put them in here with Spicy Boy. Oh, Spike has such a full belly. I fed Tetracolor granules earlier. He freaking ate them all. Like a fool. I guess it's my fault for putting that much in, but he'll be alright.